John Gill. Exposition of the entire Bible. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 19. Reading first from the King James Bible. Quote, "Quench not the Spirit," unquote. John Gill, quote, "Quench not the Spirit, by which is meant not the person of the Spirit, but the graces of the Spirit, which may be compared to light and fire and heat, to which the allusion is in the text, such as faith, which is a light in the soul, a seeing of the sun, and evidence of things not seen, and love, which gives a vehement flame, which many waters cannot quench, and zeal, which is the boiling up of love, the fervency of it, and spiritual knowledge, which is also light, and of an increasing nature, and are all graces of the Spirit, and though these cannot be totally extinguished and utterly put out and lost, yet they may be greatly dampened. The light of faith may become dim, and the flame of love be abased, and that wax cold. The heat of zeal may pass into lukewarmness, and an indifferency of spirit and the light of knowledge seem to decline instead of increasing, and all through indulging some sin or sins by keeping ill company and by neglecting the ordinances of God, prayer, preaching, and other institutions of the gospel. Wherefore such an exhortation is necessary to quicken saints and stir them up to the use of those means whereby those graces are cherished and preserved in their lively exercise, though rather the gifts of the Spirit are intended. The extraordinary gifts of the Spirit bestowed on the apostles at the day of Pentecost are represented under the symbol of fire, to which perhaps the apostle may here have respect, and the more ordinary gifts of the Spirit are such as are to be stirred up, as coals of fire are stirred up, in order that they may burn and shine the brighter, and give both light and heat, 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 6, and which may be said to be quenched when they are neglected and lie by as useless, when they are wrapped up in a napkin or hid in the earth, or when men are restrained from the use of them, or when the use of them is not attended to, or is brought into contempt in the exercise of them, render useless and unprofitable, as much as in them lies. And even private persons may quench the Spirit of God, his gifts of light and knowledge, when they hold the truth in unrighteousness, imprison it, and conceal it, and do not publicly profess it as they ought, unquote. Reading the verse again in King James Bible, quote, "Quench not the Spirit," unquote. And of John Gill, 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 19.